So good morning, students. So this is the portion for the weekend test for biology. Other subjects will be updated in Learnity today. For biology, please note that this is the portion in case if you are going to write the NEET test. Okay, this is only for the NEET batch. Okay, for JEE, you guys are from JEE, no? Okay, so then you will not be writing these tests. Not a problem. So we will start the class. We were like seeing about the types of lysosomes yesterday. We'll try to continue with lysosomes. Okay. I think I explained what are those 4 types of lysosomes yesterday. So we studied about the 4 different types of lysosomes. So let me just explain it once again. So you have your endoplasmic reticulum, okay, and the Golgi bodies. Let us say that this is the Golgi body which is there. Okay, from the Golgi body, you will be getting the first vesicle. So whatever you are getting is called as the primary lysosome. Okay, so it is from this particular thing you will get this particular primary lysosome. So there can be some kind of vacuole. So let us say that this is vacuole. These two things, when they are mixed together, it will form what you call it as a secondary vacuole. Sorry, secondary lysosome. So what will happen is when this part of primary lysosome is kind of like getting into it, it will start embedded into it. It will try to put all the lysozymes inside and it will form a body which we call it as secondary lysosome. What is the secondary lysosome? Secondary lysosome is when your lysosome mixes with a vacuole. Okay, So after this will start to digest. So once this is digested, let us say that this particular body is going to have waste. Okay, the vacuole, the secondary lysosome, after the digestion process and whatever it requires, it will try to take it, the nutrients. The nutrients will be absorbed. After absorption, whatever is left out will be called as a residual body. This is called as a residual body. Okay, so this is what is going to be called as the residual body. So this is one variety. So which means you have this primary lysosome is one type. The secondary lysosome is the second type. You have the third one. You will be see lysosome after all the activity is done. We call it as a residual body, the third type. But there is also one more type of lysosome which is formed. So it is formed as a primary lysosome. But what it will try to do is, let us say that there is a chloroplast which it is not required. Okay. So what it can do is, this particular lysosome can go and attack it, and after that it can consume that particular thing. It can consume the chloroplast fully. In such a case, this is called as a autophagic vacuole. Autophagic lysosome. What is this autophagic lysosome? Autophagic lysosome is a lysosome which is capable of engulfing the own organelles. Those kind of lysosomes are called as autophagic lysosomes. So this is the fourth type. Okay, so you have four types of lysosomes which are there. Yeah, autophagic are self-cleaners. Yes, exactly. Okay, so quickly take down primary lysosome, they are new lysosomes that are pinched off from Golgi bodies. They are inactive. Okay. So then you have the secondary lysosome. The secondary lysosome when primary lysosome fuses with other vacuoles, it is called secondary lysosome. Residual body The undigested remains present after absorption in secondary lysosome forms residual body. Okay, quickly take down and let me know so that I can proceed further. Children, if you have copied, please let me know so that I can proceed. So the last type, the fourth one, is your autophagic lysosome. It is a lysosome that has its own part I don't know what do you mean by micro black hole. Okay. If you're talking about the black hole of physics, I'm not sure if it will behave exactly like a black hole. It will not be like consuming whatever is coming around. It will consume only things which it does not want. Old organelles are removed through autophagic lysosomes. Okay, so you're asking me like listen here, people are asking me how will they know exactly that this is unwanted. Okay, so whatever is unwanted will be marked by some kind of things. Say for example, there can be a system which will differentiate between uh, wanted and unwanted by means of some surface proteins. Okay, so there is like some kind of marking which can be done, which will be like kind of intercellular, which will be kind of signaled. So once something is unwanted, it will be tagged that it is unwanted by some mechanism. So naturally what will happen is the lysosome will know that this should be removed and it will try to remove it. This is how your autophagic vacuole will function. And then like one more question that they are asking is like after digestion, does the autophagic dies itself? Please understand, after digestion, this autophagic lysosome will be living for a longer time than any other things. So it will try to digest, okay, and then it will try to remove. After it is digesting it, like it the same way, whatever is required, whatever nutrients is to be extracted, it will be extracted. After the nutrients are extracted, it will become a residual body. When it is becoming a residual body, what will happen? The residual body will go to the outer surface and then it will try to get out of it. Say for example, if this is a residual body, this residual body will go and attach here. Okay, and after it is attaching, what will happen? The residual body will open up. And then what will happen? The unwanted things will be removed. Exocytosis will happen. Okay, so this way the lysosome will be lost forever. New lysosomes will be keep on forming. Okay, but the residual body will not go and yeah, the residual body is like kind of will be lost and the contents will be lost. Okay, why do we call it as a suicidal bag? Because it is kind of like consuming its own parts. That is why we call it as a suicidal bag. Suppose, let us say that this entire cell has to be removed. Say, for example, this entire cell has to be digested. This entire cell is not wanted. So, in such a case, what will happen is the lysosome will just open up. The moment it is opening up, all the enzymes will be left out and loose. And all these enzymes are hydrolytic enzymes. Hydrolytic enzymes means the one which will try to break down substances. The moment these lysozymes are released into the open thing, they will go and almost digest all the parts. So when they are digesting all the parts, what will happen? Naturally, your thing will start to open up. Your cell will start to die. That is why we call it as a suicidal bag. So whenever the cell wants to die, in such a case, it will open up the lysosome. Open up the lysosome and releases the lysosome. And what will happen? The cell content will start to flow out and the cell will no longer be viable or living. Okay, so this is why we call it as a suicidal bag. Are we clear? How do cell organelle become old means what, man? When it is old, it will become old. Listen, I'll just explain. Okay. Can we take down notes in black ink pen? Ma, you can take in any color that you want. I don't mind at all. Blue ink or black ink is fine. Okay, there is a very long question. So, sir, residual body just does not does exocytosis. What if it throws something harmful for other cells that they throw it out uh, somehow to epidermal cells by a chain of process? How will the epidermis expel the waste? Okay, okay. I think you guys are like kind of not understanding it. Okay, let me explain it. Okay, someone else is also saying that they are not able to understand the what it is. It's come confusing. They are saying. Okay, let me just explain the function of lysosome. Okay, so let me say that this is a cell. Okay, and inside the cell, this yellow color is the lysosome. This lysosome can do two functions. One, two. What is this one? This first function that it can do is it can help for digesting vacuoles. Vacuoles will contain storage substances. So it can help to digest vacuoles. That is one thing. And the second thing is it can remove old organs. That is the second function that it can do. Okay. Lysosomes will be like kind of like doing these things. Yeah, it is present in both plant cells and animal cells. Any cell it is going to be there, it is going to be the same way. So one, it can be like digesting vacuoles or it can remove old organelles. This is like one important thing. It is allowing the cell to survive, but it is doing a function internally inside the cell. This is in a normal cell. But there are occasions when a cell has to die. Okay, so a cell has to die on certain occasions. Like what? Say, for example, uh, there is lack of nutrition. Say, for example, I am like kind of like now, say 90 kg, and then suddenly I decide that I have to go on a dieting plan, and then I am going to eat less and less and less. So in such a case, I want to slim down. So when I want to slim down, what is exactly happening is I'm not going to eat sufficiently because I'm on a dieting scheme and I'm working out quite heavily. So in such a case, what would happen? Naturally, when there is a lack of nutrition, because I'm eating less and I'm increasing activity. So in such a case, my body cells has to die. That is what is becoming slim. Okay, basically I have cells in my body which has to die. If I'm going to become slim, what is the meaning of it? My body cells are dying. So how will those cells will die? Which means lysosome will come into the picture. Lysosome will come to kill the cells. Whenever there is a lack of nutrition, let us say that a man is there, he's having like lots of fat in his body, the fat cells are there, the fat cells are to die because of all these activity, eating less and increasing activity. So the lysosomes will come into the picture for self-killing the cell. So in such case, what will happen? Let us say that this is the entire cell. The lysosome will not be eating part by part. What it will try to do is it will open up the entire lysosome. When it is opening up the entire lysosome, what will happen? All the hydrolytic enzymes, all the enzymes, lysozymes will start to open up in the cytoplasm. And all these enzymes are capable of digesting proteins, carbohydrates, lipids, everything. You know already that you have lipids in your plasma membrane. So what this enzymes will do is this will go and just digest the plasma membrane. Some of these enzymes will go and digest the cell organelles which are there. Okay, so ultimately these cell organelles will start to be digested. So like this, whatever is there will be like kind of digested. And ultimately, what will it cause? It will cause in the death of the cell. There are two functions. One, when it is there in a live cell and a normal cell where the cell does not want to die. In such cases, it will be digesting vacuoles or it will be removing old organelles and it will stay put. It will do only the cleaning up work. But there are occasions when you have to kill the entire cell. So in such a case, what will happen? The lysosome will be killing the entire cell as such. Okay, this we call it as a programmed cell death. Or what we call it as apoptosis. Okay, what is apoptosis? Programmed cell death. So there are multiple reasons for which this apoptosis can happen. One is like, say, for example, there is an infection in your body. Let us say this is a group of cells. This cell is infected. This infection is spreading to here also. These cells want to protect the underlying tissue which is there. Then what can happen is these cells can die on their own, so that the infection is not spread. Okay, like this your body can act also. So this is what we call it as cell death. So in such cases also this will happen. Usually the cell will commit suicide for 2 or 3 reasons. What are the 2 or 3 reasons? Usually when there is lack of nutrition, cells will commit suicide. Or say, for example, suppose if it wants to repair some old part, then also it will try to commit suicide. Or the third thing is, if it does not want any, say for example, some disease to spread, so in such case also this self-death can happen. In all these cases, we call it as apoptosis. Yes, it will affect the neighboring cells. It is all usually generally a clump of cells, a group of cells only will die together. In case if it has to prepare, if it has to stop spreading, in such a case, a group of cells only will die. Naturally, death causing thing will become a disadvantage for the cell. You mean write, WRITE? Devadarshan, the spelling for write is WRITE. Thambi, first slide is not for you in case if you're going to write JE test. Okay, so I just gave the test portions of NEET test. Okay, and one more thing that you need to understand, the moment this digestion is happening, no, the residual body, the contents of the residual body are not harmful for the cell. Okay, you need to understand that the residual body is like safe for the cell to be released. So this is just like unwanted substances which will be removed through the blood and then like it will be sent out through the body. Okay, so the residual body after lysozyme acts, whatever substance is pending inside this particular cell is safe. So you don't have to worry whether it will create some trouble or not. That's all. Okay, so finally moving on. I think you guys should not be writing NEET test in case if you are sitting in this batch. Okay. you should be writing JE test because you belong to this batch. If you are like kind of like writing NEET test, I think you should switch batches. Okay, so functions. Digestion of extracellular particles that come inside the cell. Digestion of intracellular substances. Digestion of harmful substances. Digestion of cells. And the fifth one is digestion of so these are all the functions of lysosomes. I think I have explained them all. You can just copy it down so that we can move to vacuoles. Someone is asking if pathogen enters into our body, cell of our body, and lysosomes digest it, what get disease. Okay. You're only thinking of your body, you're not thinking that the other person is capable of doing things. Okay. So it is all dependent on who is stronger and who is not stronger. You can have a terrorist who's coming into your territory, you can kill him, or there is also chances that the terrorist will kill you. Okay. So basically, it depends on who is better and how your immune system is taking time. Yeah, it is like survival of the fittest. You keep your immunity low, naturally you're susceptible to lots of diseases. Okay, peroxisomes are microbodies, they are not lysosomes. Okay, someone is asking, are peroxisomes and lysosomes similar? No, they are not. Peroxisomes are microbodies that are very important. We'll study about them in microbodies. Are you guys done? Can we move on? Okay. Hey, you will know about what is hydrolytic enzymes in enzymes, not now. Okay, so now we'll move on to vacuoles. Okay, what are vacuoles? Vacuoles are storage bodies. Okay, kindly refer to your notes behind to check whether it's part of endomembrane system or not. I have told there are 4 organelles in endomembrane system. You please check it in your note if you have written. Okay, so the vacuole is covered by a membrane that is called as tonoplast. Okay, the types of vacuoles, there are different types of vacuoles. You have something called as a sap vacuole. The second type is what we call it as a contractile vacuole. The third type is what we call it as foot vacuole. And the fourth one is called as a air vacuole or gas vacuole. Okay. So what are these things? The sap vacuole will be containing mineral salts and nutrients. The contractile vacuole will store waste. The food vacuole will have food, and then it will try to have digestive enzymes and things like that. The air vacuole or gas vacuole will store air or gases. It will allow to float. It is seen only in prokaryotes. Sorry, seen only in prokaryotes. They are not seen in eukaryotes. Okay, so in eukaryotes only the first three types are seen: sap vacuole, contractile vacuole, and food vacuole. So these are the types of it will provide buoyancy, right? The next one, moving on further, the functions. They store waste products, metabolites, and nutrients. Okay, and then they are food reserves. Contractile vacuoles help in osmoregulation by accumulating water and removing water. Food is digested in food vacuoles. In unicellular organisms. Okay, so someone is asking me what is the store of storing products which are waste. Okay, even you are kind of storing urine in your urinary bladder. Why is it stored? Because you cannot be continuously urinating. You are storing feces in your anus. I mean rectum. Why is it? Because you cannot be like kind of excreting throughout the day. So basically the idea is like you have some place where you put all your wastes, and then like you kind of like remove it on a regular basis. That is what is the role of contractile vacuoles. So yeah, someone was asking for sixth page. Yeah, sixth slide. So if you guys are done, please let me know. You'll know what is metabolites in biomolecules chapter, but now for simple understanding, whatever is digested is called as metabolites. Whatever will take part in metabolism, sugars, amino acid, fats are all metabolites. Okay, are you guys done? Okay, finish it off quickly. Where did I not mention it? It's mentioned here, no? It's seen only in prokaryotes. If you want, you can add one line. It's not a big deal. You can write if you want, air vacuoles are providing buoyancy. Okay, so the next organelle is mitochondria. So with the lysosomes, the endomembrane system is getting over. So now we are moving to a new organelle, which is called as mitochondria. The powerhouse of cell. Okay. So it was discovered by Kollikar in the year 1880. Okay. Okay. In the year 1894, there was this guy who's called as Altman. Altman gave the name bioplast. And the third one, in 1897, there is this guy named Benda, gave name mitochondria. Okay, so this is some small history about mitochondria naming. Okay, the occurrence of it. Found in all cells except RBCs and prokaryotes. Okay, so it is how it is found. It is found in I don't know what name Kollikar gave and all. These are all just factual things that you have to memorize, no other option. It is distributed throughout the cytoplasm. Okay, so now moving on further, the number yeast has less than 10 micro. Liver cells will have 1000 to 1600 mitochondria. I'm talking about per cell. So your voluntary striated muscles will have many thousands. Okay, oocytes 30,000 approximately. Kidney cells 300 to 400 mitochondria. Okay, so these are all like something that you have to know, that the cells which require maximum energy has more mitochondria. Yes, right. Okay, so I'll show all the slides. So this is for the test portion for the weekend test for biology, in case if you're writing NEET. We started with lysosomes. Third slide, fourth slide, fifth slide, sixth slide, seventh slide, eighth, 10th. Okay, thank you, children. 2, 3. Ninth slide. 7. Sir, class munjichu.